Hi everyone, welcome to Pearl's Kitchen. If you like my video, give it a thumbs up, press the red button to subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you will be notified for my upcoming videos. It's absolutely free. Thank you very much. No one can have the peace of God until they are at peace with God. Amen. Today I'm going to show you another Anglo Indian favorite recipe, and it's called guava cheese, and here are the ingredients. Okay, in this pot I've got around 900 grams of guava, and the guava sometimes inside is white, sometimes it's pink, and I've cut them in cubes with the skin on and with the seeds in, but if you wish you could remove the seeds, but I always cook it like that. And in the guava I've also added half a cup of water, that's already in there, and I've got 1.5 cups of brown sugar. If you got a sweet tooth you could use 1 3/4 cups of sugar, but I'm using 1.5 cups of sugar. And I've got 4 cloves here. I've got 2.5 teaspoons of ghee. You could use butter if you want. I've got 1 teaspoon of lime juice. We'll need a pinch of salt, and we'll need a color. That's optional. I'll talk to you about that later. We'll need a tray, and we'll need a sieve. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, I've just put the gas on. We're going to cook the guava. So I'm going to wait for the water to come to a boil. As soon as it starts boiling, you put the gas right down and let it simmer with the lid on for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, you can see it's starting to boil now, so I'm putting the gas right down. I'm going to put the lid on, and occasionally I'll keep stirring it, and then this is going to cook for between 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, my guavas have had its 15 minutes, stirring occasionally on a gentle heat, and you can see the guavas are soft now. And now I'm going to add the 4 cloves in it and stir that in. Put the gas off, and after stirring the clove, we'll just let the guava cool down before we make it into a pulp. Okay, you can see now the guava is cooled down, and the flavor of the clove also has been infused in it. So now what we're going to do is just put it in a mixie jar, and now just grind it into a fine paste. Okay, now that the guava is ground into a pulp, now we're going to sieve this through. So I'm just going to put it all through the sieve, and if the mixture is not smooth enough, then I'm going to do it with another finer sieve. I'm going to try it with this one first. Keep stirring it with the spoon and let it all come through. Okay, that's all sieved through this one. And now I'm going to put that there. And now I'm going to do it again one more time with a finer sieve. Okay. Okay, now that's also sieved through the finer sieve, and it looks lovely now. And then we'll go to the next stage. Okay, now that the guava pulp is nice and smooth, you take a non-stick frying pan or any other pan, and you put the gas on medium, and that keeps stirring it. And now let this start to bubble. As soon as it starts to bubble, we'll add the sugar. You can see now it's starting to bubble. So now we're going to add the pinch of salt, and we're going to add all the sugar, and then we're going to add the lime juice. And now you can raise the heat just a little bit, and now keep stirring till all the sugar is melted. And then we need to cook this, and you should cook this on a medium heat, stirring quite often. In fact, I stir it all the time, and you need to cook it for at least 20 to 25 minutes. You'll know when it's done when it starts releasing the pan. It's not sticking anymore. So, but first keep stirring it till the sugar is melted, and then it starts to bubble. You can see I'm still stirring it now, and I've still got it on a gentle medium heat. And now it's only been 10 minutes, so now is the time to add the color. If you are adding the color, if you don't add the color, your guava cheese will be this honey color. But my mom always added color, so I'm going to add this 2 drops of color. And then see how we go. Okay, maybe another one. That's it. And now I'm going to keep stirring it till it starts releasing the pan. So another 10 to 12 minutes. You can see I've been stirring this for the last 25 minutes non-stop, and you can see now it's not sticking to the pan. It's all releasing everything. So now I'm going to start adding the butter. I mean the ghee or butter, whatever you're using. And then keep stirring it for another 3 to 4 minutes till all the butter is melted. Okay, now the ghee is melted. I'm putting the gas off, and now straight away take a greased pan or a dish or a cake dish, and then you put it on there. You have to work very quickly. And then make this into the thickness you want and the shape you want. If you're using a spatula, make sure it's greased, so it helps. And then just level it all out to the thickness you want. Okay, I'm just putting some more grease on the spatula. That's it, and that's your guava cheese nearly done. So now you need to let this cool down completely. This should take, if you're in a cold country, this should take around 1 hour. If you're in India and it's summer, then this should take 2 to 3 hours. So I'll let it cool down now. Okay, now our guava cheese is ready. It's cooled down and it's set. You got to know the difference between cooling and setting. It has to set properly, then only you can cut it. So to know that it's set properly, after a couple of hours, you should be able to lift the whole guava cheese like this. If you can't lift it like that, and if it's still gooey and soft, that means you haven't cooked it enough, and it's not set enough. So you can go back and cook it again for another 4 to 5 minutes, or let it set till longer. But ours is set perfectly now, so we can cut it. Okay, now to cut it, I'm using a pizza cutter. You could use a knife, but whatever you're using, make sure you grease it a bit. I've already done it. Make sure you don't chop your fingers off. And now we're going to start cutting it, okay? So. You can cut it any shape you want. Okay, and then make sure you grease it some more, and then you go this way. One more last one. It's set beautifully. And That's it, all cut now. Now we're going to start lifting it up. Okay, now we can just lay it on the whichever plate you're going to serve it on. See how beautifully it lifts up, and you can just start laying it like this. Keep going till it's all on the plate. Okay, that's all our guava cheese ready and set on the plate. That's how it should look like. The thickness you can cut as you want. You could make it thicker or thinner, and you can see it should be soft and yet firm. That's the proper texture. So that's all our guava cheese are ready, and this is like so delicious. And if you have guava growing in your garden, like in my mom's house, there's loads and loads of guava trees she's got, so they make loads and loads of guava cheese. So I hope you like this lovely delicious guava cheese. Don't forget to write on your comments what you think about it, and I shall see you next time with some more delicious cooking. But until then, may God go with you and give you his peace.